The story of humanity has always been a profound journey of seeking purpose, truth, and divine connection. Across the millennia, civilizations have risen and fallen, but the quest for spiritual enlightenment and the yearning for divine guidance have remained constant. Among the most transformative chapters in human history is the rise of Islam, a faith that emerged from the deserts of Arabia to become a global phenomenon. Closely tied to this narrative is the story of Hazrat Isa, Jesus, peace be upon him, a pivotal figure in Islamic theology, whose prophesied return in the end times offers profound hope and serves as a reminder of the ultimate triumph of truth. This exploration of the rise of Islam and the prophesied arrival of Hazrat Isa weaves together a tapestry of faith, resilience, and divine wisdom. Welcome to the informative channel, and we will discuss the topic: the rise of Islam and arrival of Hazrat Isa the Jesus. In the vast deserts of 7th century Arabia, life was defined by tribalism, social inequality, and spiritual confusion. The region lacked a central government, and its people were deeply entrenched in idolatry, worshipping hundreds of deities housed in the Kaaba in Mecca. While the Arabs were known for their eloquence in poetry and oral tradition, their society was rife with injustices, including the oppression of women, infanticide, and unbridled tribal warfare. Amid this spiritual and moral vacuum, Allah chose to send his final messenger, Muhammad ibn Abdullah, peace be upon him, whose mission would change the course of human history. Born in 570 CE in the noble tribe of Quraysh, Muhammad, peace be upon him, was orphaned at a young age and raised by his grandfather and later his uncle, Abu Talib. Despite these early hardships, he grew up to be a man of exemplary character, earning the title Al-Amin, the trustworthy, from his community. His honesty, integrity, and humility stood in stark contrast to the prevailing social norms. As a young man, he worked as a merchant, and his reputation attracted the attention of Khadija, a wealthy widow. Their marriage was not only a partnership in life but also a source of immense support during the early years of his prophethood. At the age of 40, while meditating in the solitude of the cave of Hira, Muhammad, peace be upon him, experienced a life-altering moment. The archangel Gabriel, appeared to him with the first verses of the Quran, beginning with the command, read, "In the name of your Lord who created." Surah Al-Alaq 96-1. This marked the beginning of a 23-year journey of divine revelation. The Quran, revealed in stages, not only addressed the spiritual needs of individuals but also provided comprehensive guidance on societal matters, ethics, and governance. Initially, the message of Islam faced fierce resistance from the Quraysh, who saw it as a direct challenge to their authority and way of life. Early converts, including the Prophet's closest companions such as Abu Bakr, Ali, and Khadija, endured immense persecution. Despite the opposition, the message of Islam resonated with the marginalized, slaves, women, and the poor, who found in it a promise of dignity, justice, and equality. The Prophet's unwavering resolve, coupled with his compassion and wisdom, gradually won over hearts and minds. The turning point in the Islamic movement came with the migration to Medina in 622 CE, known as the Hijra. This event not only marked the beginning of the Islamic calendar but also laid the foundation for the first Islamic state. In Medina, the Prophet, peace be upon him, established a constitution that ensured the rights of all citizens, including Jews and other non-Muslims, setting a precedent for coexistence and mutual respect. Through diplomacy, strategic alliances, and acts of mercy, the Prophet united the warring tribes of Medina and transformed it into a model society based on justice and faith. The subsequent years saw Islam's expansion through both peaceful efforts and defensive battles. The Battle of Badr, a miraculous victory for the vastly outnumbered Muslims, exemplified the power of faith and divine support. The later battles, such as Uhud and the Trench, were tests of perseverance and unity. Despite setbacks, the Muslim community continued to grow, attracting people from all walks of life. The conquest of Mecca in 630 CE was a defining moment, as the Prophet, peace be upon him, entered the city humbly and forgave his former adversaries. This act of unparalleled mercy solidified his role as not just a leader but a beacon of compassion. By the time of the Prophet's passing in 632 CE, Islam had transformed the Arabian Peninsula. However, The true legacy of Islam lay in its universal message, which transcended time, geography, and culture. It was a message rooted in the oneness of Allah, Tawheed, the finality of the prophethood of Muhammad, peace be upon him, and the continuation of divine guidance through earlier prophets, including Hazrat Isa, peace be upon him. The story of Hazrat Isa occupies a unique position in Islamic theology. Revered as one of the mightiest messengers of Allah, Isa's life is a testament to the power of divine will. Born to Maryam, Mary, peace be upon her, a virtuous and devout woman, Isa's birth was a miraculous event, as he was conceived without a father. The Quran details Maryam's trials, her unwavering faith, and her ultimate vindication when the infant Isa spoke from his cradle, proclaiming his prophethood and mission. Isa's mission was to guide the children of Israel, calling them back to the worship of Allah and adherence to his commandments. By Allah's permission, he performed numerous miracles, including healing the sick, giving sight to the blind, and even raising the dead. Despite his miracles and message of compassion, he faced fierce opposition from the religious authorities, who conspired to kill him. However, the Islamic narrative differs from the Christian account of the crucifixion. According to the Quran, Hazrat Isa was not crucified, rather, Allah raised him to the heavens, and another was made to resemble him. The belief in Hazrat Isa's second coming is a cornerstone of Islamic eschatology. Muslims believe that he will return during the end times as a sign of the Day of Judgment. His descent, near a white minaret in Damascus, will signal the beginning of a series of events that will reshape the world. He will confront and defeat the Antichrist, Dajjal, a figure of unparalleled deception and tyranny. Isa will then establish a reign of justice, abolishing falsehoods, including the misinterpretation of his own mission. He will emphasize the worship of Allah alone, unify humanity under monotheism, and bring an era of peace and harmony. Hazrat Isa's role in the end times is not just a theological concept but a profound reminder of the continuity of divine guidance. His life, mission, and return symbolize the ultimate triumph of truth over falsehood, justice over oppression, and faith over disbelief. After fulfilling his mission, he will live as a righteous leader, marry, and eventually pass away, to be buried alongside the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, in Medina. The rise of Islam and the narrative of Hazrat Isa offer profound lessons for humanity. Islam's emphasis on justice, compassion, and the oneness of God provides a timeless framework for personal and societal transformation. The story of Hazrat Isa underscores the power of divine will and the ultimate triumph of truth over falsehood. Together, these narratives weave a tapestry of hope, resilience, and spiritual awakening. In a world rife with division, strife, and moral confusion, the teachings of Islam and the legacy of Hazrat Isa serve as a beacon of guidance. They remind us of the unity of divine revelation and the shared purpose of humanity, to seek the Creator, uphold justice, and live in harmony. As we reflect on these narratives, we are called not only to appreciate their historical significance but also to embody their timeless values. Through this lens, the rise of Islam and the awaited return of Hazrat Isa are not just events of the past and future but enduring calls to faith, action, and spiritual renewal.